back in 2001 when 9/11 happened, it opened up really a call for what we now see as a fourth branch of government, which was kind of this internal militarization slash intelligence collecting division of the government that was really designed to, on the outside, protect the homeland and came about Homeland Security. Since then, we have been deputizing many people in the alphabet agencies, in the IRS, in the CIA, and the FBI. We have essentially militarized the executive branch of the government, really creating a whole other branch of government, because it was then Obama really openly said he was going to militarize the government, and it just continued and continued and continued. And this is referred to often as the deep state. So is the deep state a real thing? Well, before we get into it, I do want to take a moment and say that we have partnered with Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kansas City, Kansas, and we're giving away a free fishing boat. All you have to do is call the number below, tell them God, Family, and Gun sent you, and tell them you want to be entered in to win the free fishing boat. Around the 4th of July, we'll just draw one lucky winner where you get the fishing boat, the trailer, and the motor all brand new, straight to you. And that's all you got to do. So that number is below. All right, is the deep state a real thing? Well, of course it's a real thing. I mean, you think about it. Homeland Security is missing 1.6 billion rounds of ammo conveniently. You also have the IRS recently purchasing almost 1 billion rounds of ammo. You have the FBI purchasing almost 1 billion rounds of ammo. And all this ammo is really kind of unaccounted for. It's for training purposes. Meanwhile, they're hiring tens of thousands of personnel with the job description must be willing to use deadly force. So ultimately what you have is you have this kind of this alphabet agency executive branch really making up this whole new branch of government. And why are they militarizing the government? Why? Well, a lot of it has to do with really seizure of property. Because if you look at what the IRS has engaged in since they've kind of made this massive jump in personnel, what they're engaged in really attacking Americans who have not had any sort of tax violation at all, and they find themselves in court after seizure of property, ultimately find that they had done nothing wrong at all. To the point of over 90% of these cases of property seizure are brought on falsely. It's an effort to manipulate the things in the military and the executive and the judicial branches of the government without actually kind of on an unofficial basis. And that ultimately you have the deep state. So if you're one of those people that's like, well, is the deep state real? Well, has the IRS militarized? Has the FBI militarized? Has the CIA militarized? Well, yeah, they have. Well, why? For seizure of property, of American property. That's why. It's ultimately to control the country internally through the law, so to say. So now what you have is you have this fourth branch of government, the deep state. Is it real? Well, of course it's real. You'd be foolish to not think it's real. Because it's thrown around in conspiracy triangles, it's often kind of laughed at, but it is a real thing. All you have to do is go to your computer and look up militarization of the federal government. Look at the weapons the IRS are buying. Look at the weapons the FBI are buying. Look at the weapons that the Homeland Security are buying. Look at the weapons CIA are buying and all the ammo to go along with it. It is not designed for foreign adversaries. All those weapons and ammo are designed for domestic use only. And therein lies kind of the basis of the deep state. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight, not trying to throw some conspiracies around at all, just trying to say, well, it's not really a conspiracy. Like it's really a thing. Put that below. Now, again, don't forget to call about that free boat. That link is below as well. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.